Good evening. I am your host, Jackson Conway, along with my co-host, Rosalina Chevelle. Today, we bring you another episode of the Foundation Evening News. Today's stories include news regarding the Chaos Insurgency, a recent outbreak, some near-death experiences, and more. Starting out, for first, on Friday, August 14th, an operation was conducted and set into place. A massive raid on the Voodoo Mountain Chaos Facility, known to the Chaos themselves as Chaos Facility Beta. Amazingly, major losses were not sustained, as the brave task forces who helped siege the base fought tooth and nail. We can thank Omicron's 6 coffin dodgers for that. Strike Team Alpha, a mix of operatives from Site 86, ended up being some of the most important players on field. They managed to infiltrate the outposts nearby and claim them. Then, they pushed into the main facility, capturing all but 2 HVTs and rescuing our captured soldiers. Not only that, but also managing to go toe-to-toe with the Chaos Beta Commander and Beta Lieutenant Commanders, Defiance and Scorn? It's insane! And they won! It's crazy, isn't it? The fact that this one strike team from one of the Foundation's more unique sites were able to take out the two largest people plaguing the Foundation and its operations is crazy. On the topic of plagues, a recent outbreak occurred on Lake Superior within a Foundation ship known as the SCPS Cutter's Joy, a sister ship to our beloved SCPS Skipper's Folly. Although unconfirmed on what the virus was, it was something real nasty. Photos were released of grossly mutated humans, I believe. They're bipedal, usually, a lot of the photos, but it's hard to tell with a few of them. 9 operatives, a part of Joint Task Force Tau 2 Blazing Stars, were dispatched onto the ship with the primary objective of liquidation of all mutated beings and a secondary objective of attempting to research the infection. Dr. Wesker, an executive researcher from Site 86, and the lead researcher, a part of Tau 2, was with the deployed team and managed to gather some really useful information on the disease that I believe we're not allowed to air just yet. On the mission, 2 Tau 2 operatives were killed, another was missing in action, while 5 were gravely injured. Only 1 operative remains operational, and is the reality warper formerly a part of New 7, named Jumper. The ship, as of modern day and current, has been sank to the lake bed of Lake Superior, about 500-700 feet down, and was excavated by Gamma 6 and their teams. Up next on the list, we have a recent research expedition called Expedition Voidwalker. The expedition consisted of Despite all of this, all members were brought home safely. They reappeared within the Foundation aircraft known as the Nomad, and Vulture had, mixed feelings about the entire thing, as he didn't see them board, nor did he pick them up. They just appeared. So, something happened out there. I'm not too sure what. Last but not least, for our main agenda, is the recent Arctic expedition done by Delta 14 Winter Wonderland and recruited General Task Force members. A rough trudge through the Arctic put 9 people in grave danger. Their guns began freezing as they walked the pitch-black tundra, their bodies slowly succumbing to frostbite and hypothermia. They eventually found a small abandoned outpost meant to research the region known as Kings Bay within the Arctic. At the outpost, it's known where they fought against one of the worst infections the Foundation is aware of. SCP 610. They struggled and fought until finally Delta 14's command, Winters, dispatched a small group of helicopters to rescue the dire operatives. They managed to hang on in a losing battle against an unknown creature known only as the Experiment, before being saved and brought back home. That mostly And that mostly concludes our main list. Onto the side notes. August 15th was Josh S. Baggs, sometimes referred to as Tuck Tuck by his friends, birthday. So wish Tuck, or Josh, however you know him, a happy late birthday. Same thing for our lovely new 7, Major Malfunction, also referred to as Rookie, jokingly. His birthday was actually a few days ago. Wish them both a happy birthday if you haven't already. Another neat fun fact, on this day, August 22nd, 1 year ago, SCP Architect hit a high of 19 people going to an on-site event. Another piece of news, I've learned recently that the Foundation Evening News channel has gotten 75,000 views on Project Orion's recording, with the number still rising. It's insane. Can you believe that? It's insane. I'm very happy that that recording and that operation is getting the traction it is. And I'm very happy that with that, we are getting acknowledged. In the upcoming of this month and some of next month, new content such as avatars and worlds made for SCP Architect and SCP WorldWide will be released. Most of these focusing on water. So, more thalassophobia and more submechanophobia. One of these avatars is already actually released, and a photo of them will be posted here, along with a link. Some new trailers will be coming out sometime soon for Architect and WorldWide that are to tease and advertise some of the newer operations and expeditions and storylines that we are wanting to present. One of them will be coming out sometime within September, and is to advertise the remaster of the Chernobyl Light 1 operation. More on that later. And with that, I think that just about wraps up the Foundation Evening News. Thank you, and now, here is our ad break.
Some days, things just don't go the way you planned. For millions of men, erectile dysfunction can mean losing more than just performance. It can mean losing confidence. At times, you don't even feel like a man. It makes people wonder how they should continue their life. When our happy customer spoke to his doctor, they recommended Pox Rise and Shine. Pox Rise and Shine is the new revolutionary anomalous solution designed to help you get yourself back into the cockpit, so you can pay your cog. More confident, more energetic, and absolutely convinced that it will get his wife back from Jacques Stywell de Green. It won't. For those days when you need to and have to, your solution is waiting. Pox Rise and Shine, because sometimes the first step to bringing up the world is bringing up your pants first. Terms and conditions may apply. Side effects may occur, such as having a strong urge to bang mallow, intense anger to your own server, owning a server called SCP Architect, naming yourself cats, and becoming a chun. Please talk to your doctor before going on Pox Rise and Shine. Do not take Pox Rise and Shine if you are allergic to Pox Rise and Shine.
Hey there, I'm Jackson Conway, and we are on our way right now to a very special news exclusive on the ground look at Area 13 within northern Alaska. Few people that we need to interview are actually over there, including Delta 14 Command Winters and someone's very special, Research Director Dr. Oracle. Dr. Oracle is the Research Director of Site 86 within the alternate universe, commonly referred to as Architect, while Delta 14 Command Winters is of the same role within the same universe. Well, same role as name, of course. That's if we had two research directors. So, we're on our way there right now. And we'll see you on the ground. We are currently in Alaska, in the more northern parts, in the mountains. Just over there is a small village. Almost no one lives there. But at this small village, and in this area, lays Area 13. One of the Foundation's most best sites up here in Alaska. And a very, very well-guarded one. Rarely do raids happen here. Rarely does anything bad happen. Usually happens in very, what's a good way to put this? Concise orders. Now, what we are going to do is we are going to take you through this place. And we are going to look at some of the employees and staff that it has. One of them here is Dr. Oracle, the Research Director of Site 86, coming by for a small stay, small visit, and for us, a small interview. Come on, let's go. Wonderful. So, Research Director Dr. Lotus Oracle. Is it true that recently, I believe, what was it, on Tuesday, you had gone on a research expedition out to Canada?
I do believe, I think it was Monday specifically, if I remember right, but dates are strange.
I see. Where exactly in Canada did you go, if you recall?
It was Yukon. I remember that, at least.
All right. What did you see up there? Because we had some interesting reports and messages regarding the area.
Well, there were anomalies up there, ones that reacted to sound, and it was honestly terrifying. Technology, which is my specialty, seemed almost not to work at all. There was electricity because there were lights, but other than that, everything was completely dark. It was like the ground was alive.
And did you see anything that is, of course, it'll be public knowledge out there?
I'm not sure if I can say if it's public.
Well, that's perfectly fine. That's perfectly fine. This the Foundation Evening News is broadcasted to all members of the Foundation. So most of the time, whenever we air something, it will be aired usually unredacted. Some things can be redacted. If you'd like, you can tell, and then we can redact the part of it. Send it through our managers.
All right. Then it was it's there.
Don't know what that is.
At least a part of it is.
Huh. Interesting. That sounds classified. We should probably scratch that from the recording.
I would do that, yes.
Yeah, okay. So, did you see any fauna, any life, anything in particular, like a place of interest? Were there buildings? Were there people? Were there cars?
There were buildings. There were anomalies, monsters, the ones that reacted to sound. There wasn't much else there. Fauna, I didn't see anything. Flora, that was more Dr. Wesker's job there. I was was there to see if I could get a technological uplink, see if I could get something working. I was able to get some power boxes working to try and establish some sort of uplink. There were radios that were completely crushed, imploded, and I was going to salvage them for parts. Body cams completely unsalvageable.
Mm-hmm.
It was interesting. It's as if almost all technology was cut off.
So it's like a dead zone.
Sort of, yes. If it was a dead zone, if it was a complete dead zone, however, the moment that I stepped in there, I would have stopped functioning. The AI uplink to my body would have essentially been cut.
So you're fully robotic.
Yes.
Hmm.
I am
What's with
only
the,
an AI
fur?
controlling this body.
What's with the fur then? If you're, is it just like
It's
design,
synthetic.
aesthetic?
It's. I wanted to appear more approachable.
I see. Okay. Well, you've very much done that. I mean, out of everything within our usual sites, you definitely are one of the more friendlier looking people.
I try my best.
You look out of place, but I think you look out of place in a good way. If I were to see you, and I think I would more than be willing to have a coffee with you.
I do indeed enjoy a coffee here and there. I've been mostly trying to cut that out, however.
I understand. Well, caffeine,
favor
that's
of
the real
tea.
caffeine.
Yes.
So, with how you got back onto the Foundation aircraft known as the Nomad, how did that happen? Because we had talked with we've talked with and have a report from the pilot of the Nomad, Vulture, and he had stated that the people who were out there on that expedition just popped into existence on top of the not on top but within the aircraft. How did that happen? What was your side of that?
It was almost like the ground was alive and that it didn't want us there. And we just sort of appeared there. The land itself just didn't want us there.
So it like ate you and spit you back out, or
All I know is that one moment I was there, the next moment I was in the helicopter.
interesting.
Or the plane.
So it was just like a flash. It was like a flash of light, like a snap. They're gone.
It was just sort of, yes, just like that. And whenever I try to look back in my recording, it's completely unintelligible. Nothing that I can decipher. So my memory's failing me a lot with it.
I see. And how did that make you feel at the time, if you remember? If you're able to feel at all.
Scared.
We're at therapy in the middle of the hallway. What's going on here?
I don't know. This is an interview. We're at the Foundation Evening News. You will be seeing us on television tonight. Well, Foundation television.
I was scared for my fellows, because I had multiple other researchers there with me that night, and my utmost priority was their safety.
I see. Well, thankfully they're all safe.
Bloody hell.
1 second.
Keep rolling. This might be good.
Quickly. Close it behind you. Oh, I'll close it.
Ooh, looks like we may be having some real good on-field action here. Thank you for your time, Dr. Oracle.
If I need to help, I will.
I'm sorry if I had perhaps awoken any memories or anything of the sort.
You're fine. I just might need to be seeing my therapist at some point.
The only good thing with my job is I gotta use cool shit.
Of course.
Yeah.
magnetic holsters and shit are peak.
What's going on with
It was
that?
nothing. It was a
Nothing?
false alarm. Somebody stole somebody's bucket. It was a safe class.
Fuck, that could have been good. Could have been good too. Well,
There's still commotion out there, so I would recommend not expecting back for a little bit.
we're gonna go that way anyways. I mean, not much else really doing here.
If that's the case, then we'll have to escort you there just in case if anything happens. If there were
Oh yeah, of course. Of course. Thank you for your time, Dr. Oracle. We'll be...
Thank you.
Watch the TV tonight, 9 p.m. You'll be seeing yourself on there. Yes,
I can't wait
of
for my
course.
tour to be over so I can back down to Texas.
Oh!
Take my bucket. It's
Roll that.
That moves.
Hello?
It's just
Epsilon,
taking my bucket. Can I go
are
do
we
my job?
handling this?
We're gonna talk about this later. Like, just fucking stand by.
Oh, well, we're right here, actually. Yeah, we're recording this. This is pretty good. You can keep going.
I know that, yeah.
What do you mean? I just want to go clean,
I'm
guys.
so glad I'm wearing a balaclava.
Is there anyone
I'm
else?
so glad my face is just not visible. I don't want to be associated with this.
Here at Site 13,
What's
Area
happening?
13 in Alaska, where it seems like there's a little bit of a commotion going on revolving around a bucket. Is the bucket anomalous? What's going on with the bucket? Gunshots rang out in this very area, and they had a flamethrower pointed at the bucket.
Anomalous.
Go back onto that. It's like they have him against the wall. It's like a prison.
Just a bucket.
So,
It just has water
If
in
you
it.
want to go through. Because I'm
the
closing the
bucket's
door.
anomalous. It moves with the
Hi.
person without
Yes.
any
Me too.
external
Have fun.
motive or like any other
Yeah, no,
forces.
Site 8.
The bucket
Water.
follows the janitor.
What do you
I
mean?
need to go back to Site 86.
Oh, I wouldn't
for-
recommend doing that. I put my mop in there. It's pretty
Ooh.
dirty.
So
That
I'll be
also
seeing you
probably
all
doesn't have
night.
good stuff in it. I clean anomalous
Security.
mop.
Security operative. Security officer. Drinks from dirty mop bucket. We're hiring anyone at the foundation these days. Can't tell you what.
We know.
Just stay with the cameras, go.
Fucking clean. I don't know what the
Yep.
fuck
Thank
that was
you.
all about. Wait, where are these guys?
Oh, yeesh. What a bunch of weirdos, if you ask me.
Second month here. I get cool shit. I feel like I'm gonna get shot here soon. You know what I mean? Am I feeling?
Now, this is the administration area, also known as the entrance zone of Area 13. There's a lot of important things that go on in here. It's a lot of where the site's magic happens. It's also where the medical bay is. We're gonna take a stop on by there and see if we can't find anyone who we're able to talk to. These people are very important and busy, you know that.
Hey,
Oh,
hey,
hello.
You can't come back here. Get out. This area is under level 4 lockdown. Get lost.
You need to
Oh,
Damn.
okay. Operatives block filming within the area. Strange.
Just lock this right up.
Well, what happy campers denying us there. But I mean, every group has their secrets, I guess. Don't want to show anything we're not allowed to. Speaking of which, we should probably scratch all of this from the recording. Now, where to next?
Are they recording inside of a secure site?
To be honest, the only place you will be able to answer is the place you were at. Somebody else.
Now we can go to heavy containment. Oh, hello, Researcher Rose. Very scared. It's okay. It's alright. You okay? You good?
Oh,
Like a skittish fucking dog. What the fuck?
Strange.
Does anyone know how to close doors?
I usually do. Well, it would appear that this is I've just been texted and informed on why we cannot go into admin, and it appears that it's for a very, very good reason. So, we're gonna leave that as that. Who else could we interview? There's not really a lot of people in here, isn't there? Usually we'd get better luck at places like this.
The best I could say you can do.
Narnia. They're Narnia. We have Jack Fock all for an hour. So.
What would the Foundation Union know?
Wasn't given the notification that we had that on lockdown. I guess.
I don't believe any of us were, but it's alright. Now we gotta be really careful, because this entire area, as far as I'm aware, blocked off. It's on lockdown. So, we're just not gonna go that way. That is a no-no way. Yeah, we're gonna go this way. There's one of the guys that I needed. Delta 14 Command Winters. Come up here, we're gonna have a little chat. We would like to give you a very special interview.
Okay.
Hello!
In my office?
That's your office?
Yes, the conference room's right there.
Well, we can't go to the conference room because that area's locked off, and these are thin walls.
That's the fucking conference room.
Yes.
Yeah.
To your question.
Wonderful. We still can't go that way because that area's locked off, and these walls are thin, so we're gonna hear. No, I'm not Chris Hansen. This is not Daylight NBC. I'm with the Foundation News, Mr. Vino.
Yes.
Hey, who give you authorization to film in Area 13's administrative sector?
The Foundation as a whole. We're with the news department.
On this shit?
It was in the fine print of the contract with it being a portal realm.
Motherfucker.
I don't think you should be saying that out loud. This is recording. Scratch that from camera. We need
What are you talking about? You're not. You're in a different universe.
Look at me. Look at me right now.
I know that. I don't think we're allowed to. Are we allowed to tell them that?
Listen, we have very sensitive information in your office, in the conference room, and in the lockdown zone.
Stay right there.
Classified. There's fucking files on one of the goddamn. I don't know. That's what the old council. We don't publish this. We don't publish this out. No, this is public buff. This is buff. It's public information. I need to roll through the buff. Some of them. I'm gonna need what you filmed in this area when you're done filming, and I need to look through it. And I will. This is what I'm filming right here. This is what I'm filming right here. You want to do this? No, we didn't. That door is closed. That door is closed. Look at the eyes. I'm not asking. Which one? You need your footage. I will look through it. If there's anything you can't have, we will cut it out and give you back the rest of the film. You have seen every second of us recording in here. Because we came up right here. We have not followed you throughout this entire sector. You've been able to walk freely, so we need to see it. We don't know what you've gotten into. Okay. Have you gone into either of the offices over there? No, we went from the bathroom took the right here. We are not going further that way. That way is we are not going that way because there's a contract right here. Specifically, one of these offices causes a possible harm of death. If you look there, that's not under my control. That's not under anything else. So let's be careful over there. The memory is interesting. There's some things. Several things in there. Many memetic hazards. There's some issues with there. You might have everyone that watches your thing if you don't. Oh my god! Thankfully, we're not going that way. Thankfully, we're not going that way. Watch. I just want to inform you of the dangers. No, I don't even know what that is. I went to Lincoln Hospital. Have you gone to the research director's office in the research room? I don't know where that is. I don't know where that is. Did you not interfere with the rocket being built and heavy containment? That's okay. Look into my eyes. Did you look at it? You don't know in the research room. Did you look at it? No! Okay, you're fine. You won't die. It's okay. You're okay. It's okay. This is why... we needed escorts. We needed escorts for these guys. We should have escorts! Where? Where are they? Area 13, light containment checkpoint people. One of them is Voodoo, has Marpack. I don't know fucking know. It's not we have our snow camo. We ran our snow camo and the black camo because... You could have told me this anyway. Okay, I don't know you. I don't know where you came from. You just here today. I'm part of the conversation. Paperwork. You came over. I didn't come over. I trust you because I have your paperwork. No. You didn't come over. No, I've been here the same time. You didn't notice me. Hey, so... being we are an experimental site, we get experimental technology and genetic hazards before any other site in the Foundation. So that is why we're a little more high-strung with things, such as, you know, multiple rooms can lead to your death and the death of your viewers. So I suggest being careful with that.
Any room here is a fucking gamble.
Multiple files have genetic hazards in them because it's the only way we can contain them in pieces of paper that we've crumpled up into a ball in a filing cabinet. We're out of room. This is moving multiple anomalies out of the site, so we're kind of overflowing. We're a research facility, so move things in and out. They haven't been here because there's been a blizzard outside for the past 28 days. We've been snowed in. I don't know how you got here. Okay, so he is now guarded by multiple, I don't know, I've been given orders. No, I've been given orders that no one's allowed to fucking do anything. And like, that's above me. I wasn't gonna go there. I just wanted to be a large-scale decontamination chamber and everything like that.
He's wearing like snow camo. You do that?
I'm not, he's not.
Why is he here? If he's built for the Iraqi desert.
Because this is questionable. Because there are multiple dangerous items in my office right now. They're going through logging, so please be careful. Please don't go in there. Opening the wrong cabinet could be really different. I'm not. You're talking about black goo coming off the side. Please be careful. There are onions coming out of the vents on a weekly basis.
Can you see if someone is nearby or on site for me?
I can try.
Code name Pink. Delta 14. Code name Pink.
Okay, so Pink is, she actually works for us as one of our surgeons and fields, workers, because there's a fucking blizzard outside. I would like that, because we're going to do an interview with
Yes,
I have to go dig her from the underside of the bay.
If you ask any questions we don't like, we're gonna have to cut them out.
You know all that, right?
We're dealing with the news crew. Can you pick it up?
So sorry.
So,
This is gonna
so
work here.
the
Okay.
People ask why
I don't
come to this place.
We'll try and figure it out.
Yeah, I know. Staying
Close
inside the
back
sixth
there,
all the time.
closed
I
off
am
the
not.
group.
No, I stay on my own side actually.
Someone's
Um,
dug up from
So
medical zone.
Good.
He's a little.
you can just kind of like we can just drown them out, right?
What's happening in the other sectors?
No.
There's nothing, is there? They're gone, aren't they?
There's nothing.
Let's
No
go up here,
knowledge.
come on.
They're gone. They're all sleeping.
Excellent. Are you from this universe? Or did you come
Okay, this is a lot better. Is this better? Yeah, okay. Alright. Okay. So, now we can finally start with our interview. Delta 14 Command, Winters. How was your day?
It was fine until this shit happened.
Same here. Nice to meet you. I am Jackson Conway. I'm with the Foundation Evening News. This is my cameraman, and we would like to interview you on a recent operation that happened in the Arctic regarding your teammates, well, not your teammates, your operatives, your units, your soldiers, and a few general task force members, including someone like MTF operative Malibu. Someone like him, someone like your Delta 14 operative, Pink. Listen, so the operation name, if I recall correctly, and if our information is correct, it was marked down in a case file as Rabbits and the Fox. Is correct?
Yeah.
So, what are you aware of everything that happened on that operation?
I'm aware of same parts that I've been told.
Were you not able to gain access to the body camera footage?
I had access to most of them. Some of them were not my department, well, my TF range, so I couldn't get theirs.
I see. Okay. In one of the reports and logs on the operation, it was stated that Malibu had contacted you through a radio. Could you elaborate on that more? Y'all see me one second. I'm gonna.
So, Malibu had essentially found one of the radios at the base that they were sent to, and he tuned their frequency towards Foundation, and since it was one of my operations, it was from that range, I ended out we're radioing back, and essentially they requested for evac as soon as possible.
I love you too. Bye bye. Sorry, you know how it is. Yes. So I'm getting myself some good dinner tonight. Hello.
Medical report log. I need that turned in by tonight. Yeah, okay. You know? Good. Do that. Do you need discharge paperwork? I brought it.
Pink.
Yeah, are you...
Just hold on.
Oh, I don't fucking know, dude. That's one of the operative, yeah?
I thought they were stealing you for an interview.
Operative Pink.
Oh, they're doing it here? Okay, sorry.
Yes,
my bad.
the interview's right here.
Okay, that makes more sense. Sorry, some random person, and Amelia came into the med bay demanding her, so I was a little confused.
That's my boss.
It's okay. It's okay. Just come on. Are you able to remove your mask, or is that something that you need to keep on for like a medical reason? Wonderful.
Hello.
There you go. Oh, that's a lot easier to understand. Sorry, certain modulated voices don't really pick up very well on the camera. Anyways, so where were we? Right. With the communication from one of your logs stating them as Pink, but the MTF operative Malibu, how many helicopters were sent out there? Because the log stated that multiple were requested due to the amount of 610 that were within the area. How was your response to that? How did that make you feel?
So they requested for 3 of them. The only issue is getting as many as out within a short period of time would have been a hassle. But due to the fact of how many people were contained already or had potential 610, we didn't want to end up risking more of our personnel than we could have with just the one. So we ended up just sending just the one to start with, and if it was needed, then we had extra on standby.
Of course. All right. And how did the operation impact you, being as the team medic?
So, in this squad, I actually wasn't fully medically certified for your version of Delta 14. I was put into that position because I ended up having the most knowledge. We did not have a actual squad medic. For the vast majority of our time there, few of us had some medical stuff, a person with a medic bag. We did not have full-on, fully trained medical people with actual certifications. So with that, in fact, it showed that what we could do normally didn't work in this environment. Even Arctic environments that we've been in before haven't acted like this. Things that should have worked, such as proven ways to hide in body heat and retain body heat, did not work practically at all. The fierce cold here caused seemingly nerve damage much quicker than anywhere else where I have been with the squad. One of our members got hypothermia, and during that we followed all the procedures correctly on how to do it. Warmth, then we had multiple, something called an emergency blanket. Pretty normal, drapes over a person. They have handholds, so you tape them together with insulating tape. Very normal. It heats a person up pretty quickly, and it's made to do that. We had multiple of them, and by the end, this person had multiple of them on them. Little to no change. Very obvious neurological damage, very obvious nerve damage across the entire body, not being able to walk, that sort of thing, sluggishness. The thing I can say about it is any medical that was done during this, the effects were heightened the entire time, whether that be anomalously or whatever may have happened because of that. normal, valid means of medical attention did not work.
Mm-hmm. I see. Were you aware of these climates and these conditions whenever you had scheduled the operation?
Not to my knowledge. We just thought it would be genuine Arctic environment. Not as bad as it was.
Mm-hmm. So, do we think that... Actually, a better question. Did you have any recon teams or recon parties sent out to scout the area and to test the conditions before sending out the main team? And this one kind of goes for both of you.
To my knowledge, it was more of a quick response due to this anomaly we already dealt with beforehand. And
I do remember it being a very quick response.
Beforehand.
I'd like to say something about this. I'll jump in real quick. So this was such a fast response that half of our squad wasn't even Delta 14 members. We had members from General Task Force from places like Honolulu, from the Middle East, from the southern United States, from Germany. Germany being the closest climate we had of what we were dealing with of our General Task Force members. And somehow the General Task Force members weren't even the people having the most issues with this environment, which makes me think that this was anomalously transmitted somehow, because the people trained for this sort of environment were doing worse than the people that were not trained and were trained for hot environments. The blizzard that we were told about, we were told about it practically right when we landed. Set off across a large frozen lake, flat plain, whatever you may call it, in Antarctica. Getting there, it was fine for a while. The blizzard rolled in, and an issue immediately. We were ill-equipped for this mission. Our weapons were not made for that type of cold environment. They seized, and they would no longer work. We attempted to use the small amount of hand warmers we had to get our weapons working. Not a singular rifle worked by the end of the operation, and multiple of our handguns also did not work. The only way that we had some success in the final leg of our journey was by putting our guns at or into a fire to defrost them. And even by that, by the time we got helevaced, multiple of our guns were back frozen, and that was just an hour time period.
I see. So, do we think on your end...
Sorry to interrupt. There's a concerned breach at the moment, so do be on the lookout. Yeah. Watch out for stay clear of events. Just letting you know.
Alright. Whenever we're done with this interview, maybe we can go get some footage. Some real action. Literally. Spice it up a little bit.
I'd be careful about this site. Many of the anomalies here are mimetic in nature, and you would not want to release those into wherever this footage is going.
Of course. Back to it, though. Do you think that perhaps the blizzard and the weather at the time was something anomalous that was set in?
Could have been, because as far as we're aware, Arctic temperatures haven't reached like that before. So there's a chance it could have been an anomaly.
My personal thought with that is it's much colder than we thought, even with it being a blizzard, because we knew a blizzard was coming. So the blizzard itself wasn't caused by anomalous means. It was very much in the forecast of meteorology, but how strong the weather was definitely could have been anomalously factored in.
There's a chance it was an anomaly because around a week or so, anomalous blizzards had ended up picking up near Lake Superior.
perhaps this is maybe a thing regarding the weather currents. The you know how the cold air brings, the wind brings cold air from Russia down into the Pacific of America, and then hot from the Gulf down to South America. Maybe it was something like that. Maybe something anomalous swept by. That's my own personal theory. I do think this is something that we should investigate a bit more. The area, the research facility that was found out there, the outpost, it is still not occupied as far as I'm aware. Are you thinking of maybe sending a small team out there to attempt to inhabit that area and claim the outpost for research means?
That is a heavy possibility due to the fact of 610 previously being within the area and, Sighton being there as well. If it was to do that, we would have to clear it out fast. But it is a possibility we could do that.
Mm-hmm. If you do end up sending a small force to go inhabit this area, do you think you may include Pink along? Or is there any operatives that you might have an eye on to trust in inhabiting the area?
With inhabiting the area, I'm more interested in people that have been to the area beforehand and that have already combated the anomaly that they had fought. Essentially trying to speak with fire eaters, see if I can deploy one of their members for Flemers. I also would potentially send out one of my personal medical members from our place. So that way they have an official Delta team medical with them.
Would you be interested in going with them for this?
Possibly. I'm still employed here, as always have been, but I've also been employed by Delta 14 in here, as well as recently with you. So it is a possibility.
Mm-hmm. On the on the topic of creatures and entities that you had seen out there, do you have any descriptions of something that wasn't like a standard 10 that you would like to maybe point out or acknowledge? Is there anything unique that you saw?
The sheer amount of altering the ground around them was interesting. Something that I haven't worked with 610 much, but from what I've seen, files, records, anything of that sort, it was such a sheer amount that I had never heard of before. An example is we were trying to breach a building. Whole building gets filled with spikes completely. Multiple. I don't know if there was a singular member not injured at some point. Because there was a guy who got a spike up into himself and through him at random without a 610 being around.
Interesting.
So these things are hiding. They're sending spikes up at random points, and it just seems less characteristic than we see.
Mm-hmm. Do you think that perhaps some form of armor or technology or something to prevent quick spikes like that may be useful, or may be possible to commission from, say, one of the Foundation's engineers like Dr. Pak, or one of the Site 86 engineers renowned in that universe, or my universe, like Phil Dexter, Welder, people like that?
If it's possible to have something that it can't pierce, but these things are piercing concrete, they're piercing steel, they're growing out of concrete and steel, so they're breaking through the sheer foundations of buildings and through entire buildings themselves. So it's possible, yes, but is that possible? That might be a different question.
I see. Well, for anyone within either Foundation universe, if you have some form of expertise, perhaps you can try to help out our soldiers. Save the troops, help the troops. Now, one of the last questions that I'll ask, and then I'll get out all of your hair. For you, Winters, do you think you might make efforts to do better scouting and recon within environments like this in case another anomalous weather force is to happen. And if it does happen, do you think you might delay an operation? Or do you think you may still go through, but then give them more supplies and utilities to help keep themselves warm instead of, say, something like shooting their gun and then warming it with their, or warming themselves with the barrel? How would you go about this in the future?
So, we normally do our recons as standard, but and then now having to do them a bit more frequently, a bit more heavy. An environment like what happens again. It's 50-50, depending on how badly it goes to work. I might still go through the mission, depending on the environment and how crucial it will be to aid us. But as I said, it's a 50-50 if I go through or if I delay it.
Mm-hmm. And then my last question for you, Miss Pink. Do you think in the future on operations with not only this universe's Delta 14, but my universe's the one that he's the majority commander of, do you think you may attempt to be a bit more prepared for something as cold as an environment as you went through, even if the environment is not as such whenever you were there? Or do you think you may still try to trust some form of data that is given to you beforehand?
That would be more of a commanding official. I don't have command in either squadrons, so if they allow us to, if they allow our medical teams to pack our own supplies, that will be packed differently. Our own uniforms would probably be done differently if we were going somewhere as extreme as the Arctic or Antarctic. Because, for example, where we are right now is extremely cold outside. There's a blizzard outside. Although it is much more manageable than an Antarctic or Arctic blizzard, as while we are in the Arctic Circle, we are not at one of the poles.
Of course.
One thing that has to be done in the future is to do something to keep our weapons from freezing, because then we're sitting ducks.
Interesting. All right. Well, I believe that is all the questions I have. I cannot wait for both of you to be able to see yourself on television tonight. Tune in at 9 p.m. on the Foundation TV. It will be broadcasted through both universes because it's a interuniversal television. And then wave goodbye to the camera. Have a good night, everyone.